I won't let her throw her life away. We need to trick her into dumping him. As much as this will pain us both, we have to call a truce to make this work.
We have to be in lockstep.
Hey! Did you make a pact to not murder each other until you murder me first?
We are here for you, my love.
Yes, we're in lockstep.
Yeah.
Ticket to Paradise is Julia and George's first romantic comedy together, and their sixth collaboration.
You clean up pretty good.
It's a friendship that has spanned 2 decades. So you guys, when you say you're friends, it's more than friends, really. I mean, you have a lot of friends in Hollywood, I'm sure, but this sounds like it's definitely next level.
Well, we've been friends a long time.
Yeah,
I mean,
a
long time.
She comes over to the house in Italy with the kids and stuff, and we've had, I mean, you know, we've been together, we've worked together a lot.
Yeah.
I got to produce a film that she was nominated for an Oscar for. And,
I was in the first movie he directed.
How is that being directed by George Clooney?
yeah, come on, how is that?
You know, it's interesting because, no, I'm going to say this. I remember something so clearly because it's like, I think it's my opening scene, and I'm sitting in a booth at a restaurant, and I have this big hat on and red lipstick. He was very specific. I loved how specific he was and clear. I mean, that's what an actor wants more than anything, is just like a clear understanding with the director of what they want and what is expected. And he just would see me as just an actor when we were at work and talk to me as an actor and have these expectations. And it wasn't that same like just casual,
right?
Oh, hey, Jules, so why don't you do this? It was like, okay, I want this to be just like this.
Wow.
And, you know, and it was really special. And I also, that it was his first movie and that I got to be a little part of it, I felt.
It was fun.
It really.
We had a really good time.
We did have a good time.
This whole movie, obviously, is a movie about parents who are upset that their daughter is marrying someone who they don't think is right for her. And
before they even meet him.
Before they even meet him. Yeah. Everything was too fast, too far away. Like, I was feeling the parents in the beginning. When you saw the script, were you like, this is us?
We both said, well, if you do it, I'll do it. Because it's sort of really the only way you could see it working.
But it was, I mean, it's a miracle that it all came together.
Yeah.
Okay, best part about working with Julia Roberts on this movie? Go.
The money. Well, I will be honest, which I don't like doing.
He doesn't, and I don't like when you are honest.
You don't like it because I'm nice sometimes, and that's a terrible.
Throws me.
She's a great friend, and she is, you know, on top of all of the things that we all know she is, and everyone knows she is. She also is a very, very good friend, and so it's really fun to work with people that are truly good friends.
And Julia, best part of working with George on this movie?
Now I've cornered you. Now.
I know you have cornered me. I'm going to say this because George and I don't like to say that we're very much alike, but we do have the same like
beard.
How much time do we have here? We're going to get like 3.5 questions out. We have the same energetic spirit.
Yes.
At home, and not. I said that like we live together.
We do live together, which is very weird for my wife and Danny.
But at work, we both really like a joyful, exuberant work experience, and we take that sort of leadership very seriously in a way, to be relaxed, to make other people relaxed and happy. And so being together on set is such in a way, it's a continuation of our real life together, which is just singing songs and carrying on. And
I don't know how y'all didn't crack up through each take. I mean, I watch you two, and the banter seems like it's happening in that moment.
You learned that to make me look bad.
you don't need my help there.
Are y'all ad-libbing some of that, or is it all?
Not much.
No, we had a fair amount of ad-libbing, especially in the drunken scenes.
Yeah.
But what it would be, too, is when they would put us with a group of people, like at the graduation, where we sort of have an audience, then we can't be stopped because we feel it's our responsibility. They have to sit there all day to entertain them. And so we had a different searing joke at each other every time.
There were a couple where, you do it, and then we both stop and go, is this the step too far?
Is this too mean?
And we finally ended our friendship.
what was your first impression once you saw it all come together?
I thought, it just felt like a salve, an hour and a half salve.
I remember you saying to me, though, when we saw it, and you go, "You're so mean to me."
I was shocked, actually.
Really?
I had forgotten how really some of it was kind of searing.
Ma'am, I need to sit somewhere else.
I'm sorry, it's a full flight.
We used to be married.
The worst 19 years of my life.
We were only married for 5.
I'm counting the recovery.
And because I've gotten away from it and George hasn't said anything mean to me in a week, I was like,
I could do it now.
Well, there are the meanie parts, which are fun to watch, and there's also the kissing part. Is it awkward to kiss your dear friend?
It is when my wife and kids come by to visit. Remember?
that was the first day they came to visit. It's like, Papa, oh, Auntie Juju. It's like, get him out, get him out.
It's really bad. What are you doing, Papa? What is that?
They didn't see
They didn't see it?
They were around.
Who wants ice cream?
Do y'all laugh when you're kissing? Is it funny, or are you trying to?
Yeah, we laughed. It was funny.
Wait, Julie,
It made us
tell me.
laugh. Yeah, it was.
It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, because, listen, it is like kissing your best friend. And
Well,
then,
thanks for that.
And then...
I was the
wait,
2-time sexiest
then
man
you go,
alive.
wait, my best friend's George Clooney.
Yeah, come
Maybe
on,
I better
man.
tune in a little bit, but then you just can't.
My favorite.
Boy, you really helped my
sorry.
reputation.
What about from your end?
From my end?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I didn't really kiss from my end. You were doing it right on the lips.
Open that door, Hoda.
No, it was fun. Look, we knew what we were going to do. We knew what the job was, and it's funny. We were very professional, but it does make you laugh.
And that was the day, too, the first time in my 30 years in show business, I had a 3:30 call. Never.
3:30 a.m.
That's when you get up every day,
I know,
isn't it?
that's our speed. So
Okay.
wait, what was it?
This is not my speed. And I'm an early riser. And I was like, 3:30, are you sure about this?
Yeah.
Because they wanted the sun to be rising while we were kissing and this whole thing. And so I think it was also a ploy of All's. He thought if we're exhausted, if he has us tired enough in that moment, that we
screw around.
might be serious.
Yeah, he was wrong.
It was beautiful. By the way, my favorite part of the movie, so many great parts, but y'all with your drunky monkey dance.
Dad, please stop doing that. Oh, yeah. People are looking.
Was a
I thought there
10
was some
plus.
Come on, I thought that was some good dancing, didn't you? I mean,
I kind of did. I was kind of into it.
those were our moves, man.
yeah.
For real?
Well,
Yeah.
actually, if you think of it, like about 20 years ago when we were doing Oceans, we had a party, remember, in Vegas?
Uh-huh.
Pretty much the same moves.
They were the same moves to different effect. And
Yeah.
we were actually drunk.
Y'all did look drunk in that
Yeah.
thing. It looked like you were really putting him down. Was there any ounce of those drinks that were actually real beverages?
No?
No.
I've never done a film with Julia that I was sober. I don't think ever, really. It's hard, They're like, you're going to kiss Julia.
Just leave the bottle.
Just leave the pop. No, there was no drinking, although when we watched it, we thought we were...
I was really impressed with how drunk and loopy, and I think that was some of our best acting.
Well, the young kids just were they were shockingly embarrassed.
The first take watching us, because All was like, okay, I'm not even going to pretend to tell you guys what to do. Just stay
watch.
in this area. And we sort of took off, and
They were like-
they were stunned. They were paralyzed.
We thought we were really funny, and they didn't. Remember, they were just kind of staring at us like we were in the zoo, and we were like, pretty funny, huh? And they're like, oh my God.
You're like, they're rolling a camera on you guys, right? Everybody's going to see it.
Dinosaur move. I am praying for an asteroid.
they can see what it's like to get old, and it's terrifying them,
We've got twins that you have that are, don't tell me, did I read right? They're going to college?
Well, they are seniors in high school. They will be 18 in November.
Oh, my word. How are you feeling about that? Your kids going off to college?
I have feelings about it.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is that the 5 of us in my family, I think we all have very similar feelings about it right now. So it's not like it's just
can't
me.
wait to get away.
Yeah, it's not like just me going, oh my gosh, you guys are
Right,
going
yeah.
off to school. I think everybody kind of feels like, wow, we can recognize these moments together as these really big page turners, and so it's nice that we're having that experience together.
And speaking of twins, your twins are 5, right?
5, yeah.
Did I read that they are now speaking
Italian,
What do you-
French.
Italian and French?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Teaching them all
This is
kinds?
stupid. I mean, honestly, I've done dumb things in my life. We all know that. This is the dumbest.
But it is astonishing. First of all, they're such lovely kids.
Yeah.
They're just so sweet, lovely kids. And my kids
Adore them.
Adore them.
Yeah.
Because they're just these little sweet balls of hilariousness, especially Alexander. But if I speak Italian and George speaks English and you're one of George's kids, they will speak in Italian and then speak in English and then speak in Italian and then speak in English and go back and forth. And it's like, wait.
Do you speak all those languages?
No. It's a disaster. Every time and they talk to each other in Italian when I'm talking to them. Like, what? What'd you say? So it's a conspiracy.
And it's a twin thing anyway.
Yeah.
Like, aside from the language thing, it's a twin thing.
This has been a disaster. What's happened to me?
Do you know you are sitting next to a man who has never been in an argument with his wife?
Well,
I've
that-
been in
wait.
an argument with you, though, so
Yeah.
it all works out.
his work wife.
But do you find that, like, shocking?
No,
You don't?
I don't.
Tell
you guys
me.
don't fight.
because I don't fight with
You
my
don't
husband
fight
either.
with your husband either.
They don't fight.
How do you resolve conflicts? Like, how do
We
you...
just don't fight. It's just not how we communicate with each other. It's not.
Yeah.
It's never been
Your language.
called for. It has never been our language.
But you just have ways of resolving conflicts in your house through just regular conversation and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I also think, every once in a while, luck plays in a part in all
Yeah.
this. I feel very lucky that I met Amal, and I feel very lucky, sort of late in life for me, that, the things that you used to as a young person, guys in particular, I think you would defend in a way that you don't have to when you're older. I know how lucky I am to be with Amal, so if we're going to paint the wall yellow, and I think it's a really dumb color, who cares?
Who cares?
And when you're 28, you might, and you want to fight about those things. So many things in life that I think when you're young you would fight about. When you get old, like Julia, you don't fight so much.
I think having kids, I mean, I have obviously kids later in life too. I've got a 5 and a 3-year-old. I feel like I'm a different parent than I would have been. I feel like I feel like I'm just a better person. I get scared sometimes, if I'm being totally honest, about being my age.
You do.
And sometimes I get afraid about what's ahead. Like, sometimes when I think about milestones, I just hold my breath and think, please, God, like, let me, I want to witness that.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Do you ever have those?
No, I kind of like the idea of being sort of out of it when, like, my daughter starts to date. I'd like it to be like, huh? Huh? I think I'm be comfortable with that. I really do. Papa, I want you to meet. He's a drummer in a band. I like toast. I'm okay with it.
No, I think, but here's the thing. The truth is, because we all, no matter how old we are, George being the oldest of us, it doesn't, they have chosen us in this moment to be their stewards and their shepherds in this life experience. And, it all happens when we're ready. I met Danny when I was ready. You met Amal when you were ready. It's like, and then we call these children into our lives when we're ready to best partner with them. And so sometimes I get gripped with fear of blowing it. And sometimes I've just said to my kids, like, so today, me as a mom, can we just take that off the board?
Erase it.
Because I blew it.
Yeah.
Remember Bono would talk about his kids, and he said, I had a conversation with him once where he said, they're like 15, and he said, now we're about to get to the age where you're just gonna, for no reason at all, hate me. You're gonna hate me for like 5 years.
Yeah.
You're just gonna be against me. And he goes, and then you're gonna come back and you're gonna think I'm kind of cool, and we're gonna get along really well, and we're gonna have a great life. He goes, can we just skip those
The middle
years?
part.
I like that idea.
I do too.
I think there are so many parts. I mean, I don't want to dwell on parenting, but I'm just kind of in the middle of it. And since I'm sitting with both you guys, I feel like I have certain things I try to teach my kids. And one of them is when they don't know something or they feel stupid, instead of saying, either ignoring it or saying, being embarrassed about it, we have something that we say, and it is, I guess I haven't learned that yet. And
That's nice.
yeah,
Very good.
it's like a small thing, but little bits and pieces. Are there things that you've tried to teach your kids that you hope that they will carry with them as they head off into the world, into college?
Well, I mean, my kids are a little older, and I feel like the one thing that we've always tried to instill in them is to just remember who you are when you're out in the world. Remember that you, as one person, are representing 5 people, and just to conduct yourself in that same way that you would when we're all together, when you're by yourself out in the world. So, and I think that's, not only does it make you feel like you're not so all alone out in the world, it does kind of remind you to just be that much more thoughtful or that much more helpful if you can be.
Beautiful. George, what about for you?
I guess I haven't learned that.
I knew you were going to say it. I was waiting for it. Oh, I love that you did it.
You're going to tee it up for me. I'm going to take it.
I just knew it.
God, I love this friendship so much. Okay, so we looked up your zodiac signs. You're a Taurus, you're a Scorpio. Okay, so here's what it says.
The really weak signs.
They are opposite signs in the zodiac, giving them a special complex connection. They can combine to make a whole, each partner's strength balancing the other's weaknesses.
Quiet.
Taurus and Scorpio have tons in common, but because their personalities are both so powerful, they often swing between passionate love and passionate disagreement. Do you think, is there any truth to that?
There was till the end. We don't disagree. The only things we disagree on is one for the road. No, one time I got up, I had to leave dinner. Okay.
What are you going to tell? I don't know.
No, one time I had to leave dinner because I had to work the next day. And we're all sitting there at dinner, and we're having a beautiful dinner and drinks and having this great time. And I said, I'm so sorry, I really have to leave. And I get up in this nice restaurant, and I start walking out, and George goes, "Quitter! Julia Roberts is a quitter."
Yeah, you got to throw her under the bus every once in a while.
Yeah.
You know, somebody has to throw her under the bus. Everybody's, oh, Julia. No,
So
That's what you do.
Those are our disagreements.
I love that. Do y'all think you'll be working again together in a movie?
It's not going to happen. I've learned my lesson. You know, it took 5 or 6 times, but I've learned. You know, no.
Y'all are
Meanwhile, he's put me in his contract. He can't live without me on screen.
Of course not.
Yeah, why not?
She's also the best available, really.
Available.
I love you guys so much. Thank you. It's
Go
so
take
fun
a nap
to
now.
I know. It's fun to watch.
We wear you out.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.